This is the Fox 56 Home Team Showcase, sponsored by Cubby's Auto.
From George Rogers Clark High School in the beautiful Winchester, Kentucky, we say good morning and thank you so much for joining us here on Fox 56. I'm Michael Epps alongside Colby Wilson and Jordan Adams. We are making a little bit of history here in Central Kentucky with the Home Team Showcase. For the very first time, we are broadcasting 4 high school basketball games over the course of 6 hours. We have fantastic student athletes, coaches, so many stories to tell that we are excited to share with you. And this is a moment that we've been waiting for a while, going out to all these teams' practices, covering their games, all leading up to the start of the season.
Like you said, history is being made. I think for me, it's all about the experience today. This is our first time doing something like this. These teams and coaches, first time doing something like this. And hey, on the high school level, for your first scrimmage or second scrimmage to be broadcasted on TV, it doesn't really get much better than that.
Yeah, I got to say, if I was 16, 17 years old, I'd be a little bit nervous playing in front of all these cameras. But as we say, Big Blue Nation likes to think the Champions Classic is the start of the basketball season. And we're hoping that this Home Team Showcase from now and in the future will be the official start of the high school basketball season across the Bluegrass State.
Yeah, well, we know Clark County, of course, loves its horse farms and beautiful bourbon country here, and great restaurants here in town, but this community is full of basketball fans. They are crazy about their Cats over at UK and crazy about their Cards right here at George Rogers Clark. We are going to see the girls and boys Cardinals teams in action later in the day, but first we want to start our afternoon slate and morning slate with the Frederick Douglass girls and the Knox Central girls. Let's introduce you to the Knox Central Lady Panthers.
Maggie Gibson, sophomore, center.
Hallie Collins, senior forward.
Timberly Frederick, senior guard.
Hannah Mountain, senior forward.
Shelby Mills, sophomore, guard.
Mackenzie Hensley, sophomore guard.
Sydney Hurst, senior guard.
Zoe Hamilton, senior forward.
Kaylin Smith, freshman forward.
Kendall Williamson, freshman forward.
Miley Olmstead, freshman guard.
All right, Jordan and Colby are going to join us later in this broadcast with live interviews from coaches and players throughout the game. For now, we are joined by the voices of the GRC Cardinals, Joel Bennett and Bobby Baldwin. These guys are absolute legends here in this community and beyond. Guys, you, of course, are beyond the 12th region. You guys know all about these teams, and we got an 11th and 13th region battle here to start our morning. What do you guys think about this matchup?
I think you really picked a good matchup to begin this event. You're looking at Frederick Douglass there in the 11th region. You know, they region runner-up last year, region champion the year before. They're always going to be in the mix. They play fast, they play physical. Then you look at Knox Central in the 13th region. It's competitively balanced. 3 straight seasons with 20-plus wins. Will this be the year that they get to the region championship?
Both teams lost leading scorers from last year, and irrespective of that, you've got Knox Central with the experience edge on paper. The question is going to be how Kate Baker and company, as part of the Bronco team, can counter that. We look to have a good one.
Yeah, Bobby, a lot of learning, a lot of growth here to experience for these teams so early in the season. Let's introduce you to the Frederick Douglass Lady Broncos.
Kate Baker, senior guard.
McKaylee Bennett, junior guard.
Reagan Gregonis, junior guard.
Miami King, junior forward.
Jaylee Knowles, sophomore guard.
Aaliyah Cheek, sophomore guard.
Nia Carr, sophomore guard.
Tamia Wade, 8th grade guard.
Nevaeh Major, freshman guard. Peyton O'Corley, sophomore guard.
Bria McGinnis, senior guard.
You know, the awesome part about this, Joel and Bobby, talking to these players throughout the week, is they're just so excited to play on TV. You know, they got some celebrations planned for the camera, so it's going to be a lot of fun. The Frederick Douglass girls, 23-11 last season, lost in the 11th region championship to Franklin County, but emerged out of the region 2 years ago, beating Lexington Catholic, made it to Rupp Arena, a big moment for head coach Daryl Moberly and his program, a heartbreaker last year, so they're certainly excited to get back out there.
You know, the thing about the Frederick Douglass team, it hasn't been a school that long, but they've had a quick rise in a lot of their athletic programs, and girls basketball being one of them.
Yeah, and Bobby, Knox Central, talented team out of the 13th region, lost in the semifinals head coach Steve Warren certainly has a solid group.
Sure does. He's got 4 players returning, averaging between 6 and 10 points per game. So on paper, possibly the favorite, but we're ready to let her rip.
2 fantastic teams. Joel, I'll send it over to you.
Thank you, Michael. We get ready for basketball. Bobby, we're going to change sports and change gears. We're in basketball now. You ready?
Let's rock.
I believe so. Well, we got a tip-off here. Hallie Collins jumping up, and the tip is controlled, though, by by Knox Central. Knox Central, the team in the Navy, they are going to be the visitor on the scoreboard. Man-to-man by Frederick Douglass, and a very tight man-to-man. Coach Moberly just really extolling his players to put ball pressure. And they switch on to defense. Right side of the lane, can't get a shot off there. As Collins look to get it off, they throw a pass on the baseline, and again, their pressure, Bobby, gets the turnover.
Well, they were very relentless with it, and it paid off.
Into the front court, driving in, ball knocked away. Coming away with it on the double team. Out on top, now a steal by Douglass, a run out, shot put up and in on the bucket.
Both teams aggressive defensively here.
Wade with the turnover and the bucket. Knox Central trying to deal with this relentless pressure. A drive to the basket is missed. Baker with the rebound, taken away. Collins puts it up, draws the foul in the paint, and she's going to draw the foul against the 6-foot-tall Jaylee Knowles.
Yeah, the shot was missed, but Collins stuck with it, got the steal, the shot, and goes to the line.
Collins will be at the line for Knox Central, and a Pikeville commit. We understand her basketball play will continue up there for Pikeville College as Collins makes a free throw.
23 points per game last
right.
13 rebounds a game, over 27,000 career points. She has a chance to break the rebounding record as well. I talked to head coach Steve Warren yesterday previewing this, and he thinks she's really got a chance to break the record. She wants it.
Made both free throws, indicative of last year's 81% at the foul line. Douglass with the ball in the front court. M.K. Bennett goes over to Baker. They want to work it on the blocks. It's caught, and they double down. Good double team. Collins out there putting on pressure, and they rotate it around. 3-point shot put up off the front of the rim. Wade couldn't make it. Second chance opportunity. Baker's 3 won't go, and it's out of bounds. It'll go to Knox Central. So Douglass shooting the perimeter 3, had a chance for some second chance scoring. Didn't happen. Game tied at 2. We're a minute and a half into this game. Press breaker by Knox Central, and a 3-point shot that's good. You like that spot up, Bobby?
Well, when you can get through the defense, you've got an open look.
Knowles powers it up underneath, didn't get it. Another opportunity for for Frederick Douglass against Knox Central, out of bounds. And you can sit there and look at Coach Steve Warren imploring his ladies to hit the backboards.
Well, you've got to do that. Very aggressive play here early on.
Knowles inbound. Bennett has it out top of the key, working it right side, and a good steal. Picked off there by Frederick. Lead pass all the way into the front court. Collins flips it over. 17-foot jump shot, good, and that jumper made there by Melton.
Well, got her feet under her, stroked it nice and high, and got the deuce.
Well, it's been a 7-0 run for Knox Central as Douglass scored first, but Lady Panthers coming on. Lady Broncos with it. Out of the 11th region, perimeter passing as Knox Central playing a zone, a strip and a steal. Frederick comes away with it, wants help, throws the length of the court pass. Well, actually a 1-on-2, and she drives and scores.
Took it strong and got the bucket.
Yeah, they offered some pressure, but she just took it against 2. A little bit surprised, Bobby. You know, you had Frederick Douglass scored the first 2, but then Knox Central, man, they've come back.
Well, they're aggressive and have got good players, good experience, and have been able to beat the pressure with the long pass to midcourt, and as a result have taken advantage of their quickness, explosiveness, and have hit the shots in transition.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Bobby, too. The experience coming back. Timberly Frederick, second leading scorer, also returning. Mackenzie Hensley also returning. So they're bringing a lot of their production, and Warren is certainly confident. They did lose Jalen Fain, but they also added Shelby Mills, a transfer from South Laurel. She is a talented player as well.
Well, they're looking good here in the early going for sure.
New player in, Mackenzie Hensley, and she's putting on ball pressure, and little 1-3-1 by Knox Central. And changing it up, they were going 2-3. Skip pass to the left side. Ball rotation's good. Bennett can't get a shot. Hensley closed quickly. Baker's three off the front of the rim, and we've got contact under the goal and a foul called.
A little bit aggressive going for that ball, and looks like Knox Central has it.
Foul is going to be on Hallie Collins, her first.
Okay,
it'll keep the ball with Douglass. Douglass to inbound it. Knox Central continues to zone even on the inbounds. Bennett takes the inbound pass, cut off at the left elbow, skip it over to Baker. Trying to spread the floor. Knox Central out of the 1-3-1, going 2-3 now. Pass on the interior, knocked away, and a turnover by Douglass, their first of the game. Knox Central a little shaky on the transition, but not on the 15-foot jumper.
Boy, just grab it, hurl it to the basket, and nothing but net.
All five Knox Central starters in this game have scored. As they bolt out to an 11-2 lead, the foul is going to be called. Maggie Gibson. Excuse me, make that Hensley, they say. Her first, second on the team. Substitutions in there for Miami King at 5'10", comes in, calls for it, gets the ball, and she's double teamed immediately. Little trouble dealing with that size. Knox Central smaller on the front line.
Well, I tell you what, the pass was in a good place for her to create the contact and get the foul.
All right, guys, our sideline reporter, Jordan Adams, is standing by with Frederick Douglass head coach Daryl Mobley. Jordan?
Hey, Michael, yeah, here with the girls head coach over at Frederick Douglass, Mr. Daryl Mobley. Coach, score right now 11-2 in favor of the opponents. What have you seen, and what do you maybe don't like from your team so far?
We're just getting a slow start. We're not being aggressive on offense right now, which is kind of blowing my mind right now, but executing right now on the offensive end.
We know a lot of points and rebounds from your ball club last year is now playing up in Central Michigan. Is it more of a team effort to replace a player like Ayanna Darrington, or is it more, you think an individual maybe be able to step up into those shoes?
Oh, to replace Darrington, it would definitely be a team effort, man. That was a double-double machine, man. So.
Heading into your 5th season here with the Broncos, what are you looking forward to most in this new season?
Just us, man, coming together with this young group of girls that I got. I only got 2 seniors, so I'm trying to. Hopefully these young girls will buy into what our older seniors are used to. So just trying to make that nucleus together.
Well, for Coach Mobley and myself, we'll kick it back to you, Michael.
All right, Jordan, thanks a lot. As you mentioned, Ayanna Darrington, 15 points per game last year. Nia Rhodes, 16 a game. So losing your top 2 leading scorers, tough, but a big season ahead for Jaylee Knowles. 10 points per game last year and the second leading rebounder. She has an offer from Western Kentucky and is going to get more. She is a talented player, guys, so watch out for her.
No question about it. The action fast and furious
Sure
here.
is. Back-to-back three-point shots by each club. And Douglass, all of a sudden, being down by 9, comes in and pulls it to a 1-point game as they turn it over for the second time in this ball game. 3:12 to play. Coach is subbing in quite a bit, and we'll try to keep up with it as it transpires. But coach is going to look at players. They want to see some things. Check out some players, and they're going to be carving out some most valuable playing time. Sorting out the so that foul is going to be called on Frederick Douglass. So we're trying to sort this out, these uniform numbers. Bobby, a little second team foul called against Douglass.
Having a problem with the score right now. It looks like we have 14-7.
I've got 7.
14-7.
Hey, it's the first game of the year.
First game, yeah, right. And not the traditional home wears white and the road wears dark. So going to try to work this out. I thought, man, they made up ground quickly. They went from down 9 to only down 1.
Right.
Good work for keeping track there, Bob.
Well, that's why we've got a team here. We've got to get it right.
Collins lost it, and turnovers now 4 for Knox Central. And to compound her problem, she picks up her second foul, and that happens in the backcourt. With the ball for Douglass, coming into the front court. Perimeter passing against this Knox Central zone. Baker left of the circle, picks up the dribble, skip it over, entry pass on the blocks, and we got a foul inside. And that appears to be going on Hurst. Trying to guard the much taller Knowles, as she is the tallest player on the floor for either team. And Douglass, she's 6 feet tall. And good. 2 free throws coming. New rule instituted last year: 5 fouls in a quarter. You go for 2. The one in the bonus kind of eliminated.
Well, at least in girls basketball.
The free throw missed there by Knowles. Knowles, 10-point per game scorer last year on a region runner-up team, and that one's off the mark. Missed them both. Rebounded. Here comes Hurst in the front court. Hensley with it now. Crossover dribble. Penetration. Kicks it out. 15-footer good. I like the way she drew the defense.
And kicked it across, and beautiful shot.
Well, the Knox Central Lady Panthers stay with the zone. They double down in the paint. Kick it out. Baker, a ball fake. Leaves it at the foul line on a bounce pass. Kick it over Wade for a 3 and got it.
A much-needed 3 from Wade, and a good ball movement that time created that open shot.
Into the front court, and a turnover by Knox Central. Frederick Douglass hitting 2 of 5 from downtown. Knox Central 2 of 3. Turnovers at this point 5 for the Panthers, 2 for the Broncos. Baker goes out for the Broncos.
And guys, we have the Great Crossing boys team walking in the gym right now, getting ready for game number 2 against Boyd County. That's going to tip off right after this one. So make sure to stay tuned throughout the day. We're getting to check out some fantastic teams with Great Crossing game number 2. And the GRC girls, game number 3, and the GRC boys, game number 4. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Got a full day of basketball, no doubt about it, and all really heavyweight teams.
No question.
At the free throw line for Douglass, it'll be Miami King, 5'10" junior, missed the free throw. So Douglass 0 for 3 at the foul line. As a team last year, shot 62%. Bennett checks back in for the Lady Broncos. Free throw up, and that one's missed as well. Coming into the front court, racing in a hurry as Williams drives in, double team, sandwich, throws up a shot, and will draw the foul.
Aggressive attack to the basket, drew the foul. They are not timid with the ball in attempting to penetrate these defenses.
Third team foul on Douglass. It'll be inbounded under the basket by Knox Central. Hensley to throw it in. Looks for a cutter. Floated out on top. High post pass. Looking into the paint. Nothing there. Driving in Hensley. No look pass. Found the teammate and the recipient, Melton, who puts it up and draws the foul.
Again, excellent ball movement. Ball not sticking, and as a result, creating a seam for an attempted shot and the subsequent foul.
As a team, Knox Central has made their only 2 free throws, and at the foul line, this one is missed by Melton, who has 2 points in the game. Balanced scoring for Knox Central in this first quarter of play.
Well, as you said, all 5 scorers got their first 5 baskets.
Second free throw made. Melton 1 of 2 at the line, and we approach a minute and a half to go in this first quarter, and Knox Central out to a 7-point lead. Deep 3, ball fake, nice drive by Knowles. Her leaner on the left baseline, and she's going to go to the foul line. The Knox Central bench wanted a charge. They felt like Melton had position. That block charge call is always a tough one. Somebody's not going to be happy.
It's going to be tough from here to eternity.
Well, and even if she misses that bucket, guys, the athletic move for that pump fake to drive baseline, get there in the paint, get yourself a good look. You can see the athleticism out of her, only a sophomore. Again, as we mentioned, getting some looks. Certainly a player that Coach Moberly is going to rely on to continue to grow and hopefully be a star for them in the next couple of years.
Took a tough shot, that leaner on the baseline, and Knox Central rebounds the free throw miss. Panthers have it in the front court. Spacing not real good, and a lot of that due to the Douglass defense. It's nothing easy in the paint.
Well, nothing easy on either defensive stances so far in this first quarter.
Just a little over a minute to go in this opening quarter of this inaugural home team showcase. Bennett with the ball, gets a high ball screen, pick and pop not there. 3-point shot put up and off the back iron. Long rebound, kicks out. Bennett beat all players to the ball. Another 3 ball not there. On the rebound, Knowles put it up and in. Second chance scoring for Douglass.
She worked for that inside position on the weak side and was rewarded.
A 9-point lead cut to 5. 17-foot jumper straight away off the front of the rim. Knox Central got the rebound. Hensley left of the lane. Shot rejected by Knowles. Loose ball on the floor. Scrambled for it. And all of a sudden, Douglass, who found himself down 11-2, Bobby, they've made a little run with. It's not been at the foul line. It's been second chance scoring.
Well, it absolutely hasn't been at the foul line, because had they made those, they might have the lead.
Look for Gibson. She's got a little mismatch on Knox Central. She comes across the lane, didn't get the pass. The 3-point shot is launched and missed. Knox Central now 2 of 4 from behind the arc. Quickly in the front court, we said Douglass plays physical and fast. They pound it down in the paint. Reverse layup, put up and in. Wow, what a shot, what a play.
She certainly had good balance on that one with a nice acrobatic deuce.
Gibson goes on the left wing. Clock at 5, unaware of the situation, and Knox Central turns it over. They had it in the front court with 8 seconds. I don't know if she was aware of the clock, but now Douglass will get it with just under 4 seconds. See if Coach Moberly, he reminds his girls to look at the clock. 2 passes, Bennett with a 3. That's going to be off the mark, and the horn sounds. That will do it for 1 quarter of play. Knox Central girls team, the Panthers 17, Frederick Douglass Lady Broncos 14. Second quarter play coming up.
Pretty solid energy from both teams. I love the intensity. You know, this is just a scrimmage, the regular season getting started in less than a couple weeks, but the intensity you're seeing from Coach Daryl Moberly on his sideline, amping his girls up to play some good defense. And they did. Knox Central doing a good job of making some jump shots there inside the 3-point line.
Well, they got, 4 of their points were on second chance scoring. They're trying to take advantage of a little bit of height in there. And Knox Central, 6 turnovers. And half of those came, Bobby, in the last 5 minutes. I don't know that it was fatigue, but that definitely was a factor.
Well, either way, I think the aggressiveness on both sides paid off. Early on, Frederick Douglass's aggressiveness was met and conquered, and yet late in the quarter, the reverse was true.
Well, you got Kendall Williamson leading all scorers. She has 5 points in that first quarter. Also very balanced line. Timberly Frederick with 3, Hannah Melton with 3, 2 for Zoe Hamilton, 2 for Mackenzie Hensley. Hallie Collins, 2 points, but she picked up 2 first fouls. first quarter fouls. Frederick Douglass, they have 8 points by Tamia Wade, 4 for Jaylene Knowles, 2 for M.K. Bennett. What stands out at me, they're 0 for 6 at the foul line.
0 for 6 at the foul line, and when you consider the fact that the Lady Panthers are trying to protect Hallie Collins here with those 2 fouls, that might in part be a reason why they closed this deficit.
Well, Coach Steve Warren and his Knox Central girls on top 17-14. Coach Warren entering his 4th season. He's got a 3-year record of 66 wins, 15 losses. All 3 years he's been there, he's won the district. All 3 seasons have been 20-plus wins. You know, I guess the question is, will this be the region championship year?
Well, it could very well be. He's certainly working his way toward that goal.
When you got a player like Hallie Collins, you need stars to get you through a region tournament, region championship. Coach said she has been in the weight room a ton in the offseason, getting stronger, getting more physical. She had 28 points in a scrimmage a couple nights ago this week. So certainly you should expect her to break out a little bit if she can stay on the court.
That's the whole team.
2-3 zone by Knox Central. A high-low action shot put up and a foul called. That foul will go on Knox Central. And that foul called on Sydney Hurst. That is her second.
Let's see if a made free throw is in the offing for Frederick Douglass. There it is. Finally.
Well, Bobby, you gave her some good karma. 0 for 4 at the line had been Knowles. She has 4 points and 3 rebounds, all on the offensive glass for Douglass, and she makes both free throws. 6 points in the game, and here comes that full court press. When you make the free throws, it allows you to set the press. That's what Douglass is doing right in front of the bench. Coach Moberly just really imploring his girls to get out there and put pressure on the ball. Nearly traveled is Hensley. They hand it off. Hurst trying to make her move, dribbled it off her foot. No, they're going to say a pushing foul. That'll go against Douglass. It looked like Hensley had dribbled it off her foot, but it's going to be on Wade, her first.
That shove from behind might have been wide.
Sure. Hensley to throw it in bounds. Douglass has played an entire man-to-man, and it's been tight. They drop it down in the blocks. Gibson back, a little give and go. Not there. Rebound. Gibson got it. Kick it out. 3-ball for the Panthers. Got it.
Well, that gets them back in the scoring column and really needed.
Second 3 by Williamson, and boy, they needed that one, as you said, Bobby. Second chance scoring, and that makes them 3 of 5 from behind the arc, and they have now increased that lead back up to 4.
And that's the main reason they have this lead, the 3-pointer.
Nearly a minute deep into this second quarter. Knox Central with the ball and that 4-point lead. Coming up, uncontested, Zoe Hamilton hands it off to the hot hand of Williams. Williamson between the circles, angles off to the left. Got a little pick, nothing going. Pick and roll as Gibson, good recognition. Bobby, I like the way Hamilton found Gibson rolling from the high post. That screen came opposite side.
Yeah, it was a good hard cut, but yet a good defensive maneuver to tip it out of bounds.
Douglass so quick. Inbound pass to Gibson. Shot sent right back by Knowles. Her second block. Scoop shot at the lane. Altered again by Knowles, and she pulls off the rebound. Leads the break. Chest pass thrown away and picked off by Knox Central. And in the backcourt trying to come away with another steal. It's deflected out of bounds, and the Lady Panthers will have it.
Neither team seems to want to give that ball up.
And here comes Douglass with full court pressure. Coach Warren telling his girls to clear out and let one bring it up. If you got man-to-man and picking up the dribble in the back court can cause some problems. And Coach Warren going to bail out his player, Sydney Hurst, who was pressured to pick up that basketball.
Well, he probably made the right call because it looked like they were going to have a tough time getting past that 10-second line. But again, I'm impressed with the quickness and intensity defensively coming from both teams at this stage.
Well, some of the unofficial numbers that we've got to this point so far: Frederick Douglass 2 of 7 from behind the arc. They took 5 of those shots. Of course, we're early in the second quarter. They made their first one and then got a little cold. 2 of 7. And we've got Knox Central 3 of 5 turnovers in the game. The Lady Panthers with 6. 4 committed by Frederick Douglass. Second chance scoring, a 4-3 edge to the Lady Broncos. Fast breaks, each team with a bucket at the foul line. We've got 3 of 4 for Knox Central, 2 of 8 for Douglass as we get ready to go. Just under 6.5 to play here before halftime. Lady Panthers ball. They run an out-of-bounds play, and again, if it's man-to-man full court, and again, that's coaching 101. You got to credit Coach Moberly. When the team with the lead calls the timeout, Bobby, you change something up out of your timeout.
Yeah, that is almost automatic.
And it did. It got a turnover. So, yeah, when the team with the lead calls the timeout, if you're the other coach, you're saying, hey, they're setting something for us. Let's switch it up. So they went from a zone press to man-to-man. Ward with a shuffle pass over on the left wing. Going for the steal, and Henlesley's got it. 2-on-2. Bounce pass. Couldn't finish at the lane and a travel. So an exchange of turnovers. But I think Knox Central making a statement. Hey, we can play on-ball defense too.
We can, and yet that run out was just not quite as smooth as you wanted it to be. But again, aggressiveness both ways going to the basket.
M.K. Bennett, an experienced guard, a junior that started last year. Give and go, she was open. Knowles couldn't see her from the high post. Now they throw a pass into the paint. Bailed out with a nice recovery there. Kick it out. Set Baker for the 3. Spot up shot won't go from the right of the circle. Rebound follow not there. And Gibson with her height pulls it down for Knox Central. Hensley being bumped, gets it over. Right wing pull up. She's hit 2 threes. Now make it 3.
Set those feet with a ball fake and bottom.
Kind of like that 3-point shot in transition. They're going to call the foul. And that's going to be the 3rd on Hurst, I do believe. Players coming in. Hensley getting a deserved break for Knox Central. She's played a lot of minutes in this early part of this game. Frederick Douglass in the front court. High post pass coming across. Looking for it is Gregonius, and she couldn't handle it. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Broncos.
All right, let's go over to Colby Wilson. She is standing by with Knox Central head coach Steve Warren. Colby.
Coach, you're headed into your 4th season with the Panthers. What excites you most about this specific group right here?
We've got a senior laden. We've got 6 seniors right here, and you know we've been with them for 4 years. Great group of girls, work really hard, and they put a lot into our program.
I know one of the standout players, obviously, is Hallie Collins, a senior committed to Pikeville. What have you seen from her this offseason, and what are you expecting of her going into this year?
She's worked really hard in the offseason on her body. She's been in the weight room. She's our anchor. She gets us going here on the boards, scoring as well. You know, she gets us going. She's one of our captains.
Just watching you here in these first 2 quarters, it looks like defense is a part of your identity. You guys are closing out, getting on the boards. Is that a part of the culture that you're trying to create?
It is. You know, we score the ball well, but we want to guard. We want to guard and rebound, and you know that's all effort, and that that just translates onto the offensive end as well.
I know each season brings a lot. What excites you most, though, as a coach going into this year?
You know, just something new right here. You know, we've got 6 seniors. We've got a good group of sophomores right there, and you know, we just love to compete. You know, and hopefully at a high level, and we're just glad to be a part of this.
Thanks, Coach. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Certainly exciting. We are going to join Colby and Jordan in the second half. They are going to have live interviews with the players from each team as well. So we'll hear from some of the players on how they think the game's going, just their experience playing on TV. It's a lot of fun for us to be broadcasting this home team showcase, but certainly a lot of fun for them. They were talking about it all week while I was at their practices. Oh, the celebrations planned. I haven't seen any crazy celebrations yet because I think they're zoned into the game, but we'll see if that can continue maybe with a big dunk hopefully later on.
Well, high school enthusiasm, nothing like being a teenager. It's been a while, but I can remember that. Gregonius with a baseline jumper from 18. That's good. Her first shot of the game is a 2-point bucket.
That shot needed as well.
Well, Douglass had the early lead. We're right in the game here as get to know Miss Knowles up and personal there, Bobby.
Yeah, she brought it to me.
Frederick Douglass opened the game with a 2-0 lead, and Knox Central, they've took it and pretty much held it this first half of play. We're midway through this second quarter. Third block shot by Knowles as she rejects the Gibson reverse. Gregonius leads the break, threw it to an errant spot. Thought Baker would flare out to the baseline. She stayed on the blocks.
Well, that's a rare unforced turnover.
Frederick Douglass with 6 turnovers in this ball game. Knox Central, they've got 8 miscues, but the Lady Panthers from the 13th region holding a 25-18 lead midway through the second quarter. Pressure in the backcourt, run and jump. Here comes Baker to help Bennett on the trap, and Williamson's pass sails out of bounds. They're going to cover her. 13 points in the first half for Williamson. She's lighting it up.
Well, if Coach doesn't mandate stick with her, then he's missing the boat, so you're exactly right.
Hallie Collins, who's back in after the timeout, feeds fellow post player Gibson, and Maggie Gibson draws the foul.
Tell you what, a good entry pass in tight quarters, but that's what you want to do. Got it in there where she could use her strength to get it up on the board and consequently drew the harm.
Well, they say it was on the floor, so it will be Knox Central inbounding the ball. Set play, screen over, lob pass. Collins caught it, ball fake, driving shot, hook it up and in. Her first basket of the game.
Nice acrobatic move that time and showed her ability on that one.
Bennett, stop and go move. Got in trouble in the lane, turned it over. Going the other way. Lady Panthers kick it out. 3-point shot on the way, missed. Weak side rebound. Collins all alone, put back, will not go. Knowles altered the shot. Headed the other way. Frederick Douglass without numbers. They throw it the length of the floor. Gregonius, ball fake on a 3. Kick it baseline. Shot up, not there. Long rebound comes out. Knox Central wants to run. Gregonius deflects a pass. Picked up by Gibson. Her 15-footer from the left elbow is a rebounded miss by Knox Central. Both these teams, the pace is quickened, and we have a steal. But then she rolled over on the out-of-bounds line, and that was Timberly Frederick with the pick, and then turned it right back over.
A lot of action for sure, a lot of aggressiveness, and it is certainly good to see, and just another evidence that these kids are ready for basketball.
Kendall Wilson goes out, takes with her 13 points, and to use a Joe Dean phrase, she's just a freshman.
Just a freshman.
Back into the game, it's Hensley for Knox Central, who has the ball on the 3-point miss by Douglass. In the front court, launched a 3-pointer, and that's good. Second 3 of the game by Timberly Frederick.
They are getting out in transition and making the shots.
Clock stopped with 2:44 to play. And they're going to put that foul on Maggie Gibson. Frederick Douglass with the ball underneath their goal. Inbound pass, Baker with a ball fake deep in the left corner. Driving in. Oakerly working the high post, didn't get it. Crossover dribble, and Baker bodied up out there by Kelsey Smith, and a foul called there. Bobby, you being a golf pro, you talk about pace of play. This pace of play has been picked up in the second quarter, up and down the floor.
Semi-frenetic at worst. It has really been action-packed.
Douglass drew to within 4 before a timeout was called, and then Knox Central has reasserted themselves. Little floater rattled out. Good move by Gregonius, but wouldn't go down. Lady Panthers, and they turn it over in the front court. Give it back to Knox Central.
Yeah, Kelsey Smith's pass was just a little high, hard to control, and but again, the aggressiveness first and foremost, both ways.
Knox Central with a 30-18 lead. Douglass, Frederick Douglass out of Lexington over there in Hamburg. with the basketball. Baker launched a three and hit it from the left wing.
Conspicuous by her absence offensively has been Baker, but in her defense, she's trying to bring these youngsters along and is doing a good job.
Dangerous pass, and we've got a jump ball on a tie-up. And Hannah Melton tying up Peyton Okerley, who looked to have the apparent steal. First bucket of the game for Baker. She's only taken 3 shots.
Well, she's trying to run the show and bring some youngsters along and doing a good job, although not stuffing the stat sheet.
Trouble out on front, and here's a near steal by Douglass. It will stay with Knox Central, and Coach Moberly trying to lobby and get the call, as he's an energetic coach on the sideline.
To say the least.
His team embodies his coaching style. Yeah. It's fast and it's physical. He wants his players to get out, just evident with the run and jump here. Ball pressure by Frederick Douglass. Nothing easy for Knox Central, despite the 30-21 lead by the Lady Panthers. Splitting the defense on the drive is Hensley, who came back in after a very brief break on the bench.
As frenetic as Frederick Douglass's defense is, you can tell that having 6 seniors on the floor, they are able to master it to this point.
And we've got a foul by Baker at midcourt. That'll be her second. The next foul will put the Lady Panthers at the foul line. Major comes into the ball game for Frederick Douglass, replacing Tamaya Wade, who came into the game. She had 8 points in the first quarter. Hensley driving to clear out that right side. Little shovel pass, and Collins' shot deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Knox Central.
Nice low post defense that time on Hallie.
Knowles, the shot blocker. She's got 3 rejections in this game. She's not there, so look to Collins to go to work, and we see it right there.
Well, I tell you what, she got it where she could do something with it and up this lead back up to 11.
Yeah, guys, and you got to give credit to the Knox Central coaching staff, not just Steve Warren, who we've talked about, Brian Elliott, Jason Lake, Maddie Taylor. The assistants have been vocal on the bench just as much as Warren has, both encouraging positively and negatively criticizing and trying to teach. Obviously, this is such a big teaching moment here in a scrimmage facing a fast team like that. So for the Lady Panthers, who knows if they're going to see this type of style in that 13th region. But for now, big props to the coaching staff and the bench for keeping the energy high as they go out there and play this fast game.
Well, you bring up a good point. I don't know if you can survive this kind of on-ball pressure, and a nice and one, and Collins goes coast to coast.
How about that crossover?
Coast to coast. Well, it got off to a slow start with 2 first-quarter fouls, but has picked up her game. She now has 8 points in the game. 3 of her baskets coming in this second quarter. And Collins, an 81% free throw shooter last year, 2 for 2 in this ball game, tries to make it a 3-point play and extend this lead to the longest in the game, I do believe.
Right.
Shot up and in. She is 3 of 3 at the line. Yeah. 3 for 5 from the floor, so high percentage, good player.
Quality, to say the least.
15 seconds before the half. Douglass, perimeter passing, 3-pointer by Gregorius. Taken there on the rebounded miss, and get a shot off in the front court. Left wing, back out, return the ball. 3-ball on the way at the horn, not there, and first half rather, comes to an end. Your score at the halftime here, it's Knox Central. The Lady Panthers out of the 13th region, they're on top 35-21, leading Frederick Douglass.
All right, guys, both these teams got to take a breather, get some water. Man, quick, fast action. We will return, talk a little bit about the first half, and get ready for the second half after this quick break. Stay with us.
6 Home Team Showcase, sponsored by Cubby's Auto. This is the Fox 56 Home Team Showcase, sponsored by Cubby's Auto.
Welcome back into the Home Team Showcase here on Fox 56. I'm Michael Epps, joined with Bobby Baldwin and Joel Bennett, the voice of the Cardinals, calling the game for us. Joel, I'm hearing this shovel pass. You can tell this guy is the best of the best when it comes to radio broadcast, doing a great job for us. Guys, what do you think about this first half?
Well, I've been having to get up to speed. We've been into football, now basketball, but this game, you really picked a good matchup. You got a little rural and urban matchup here, 11th region, 13th region. The surprising thing, Bobby may echo on this or he may find it different, Frederick Douglass came out with a 2-0 lead. Then they played from behind the rest of the first half. They got quality shots. They are a very imposing team defensively, but Knox Central was able to withstand that defensive pressure.
Yeah, and you're seeing the highlights on your screen here, some highlights from the first half. Both teams hitting some threes, but I think a lot has been inside the three-point line, Bobby, and it's been pretty physical.
I think ultimately this gets down to the fact that one team has 6 seniors on it. They've been playing together for 4 years, and when they go into attempting to get through these defenses, they are doing it with a purpose, so the frenetic mode, so to speak, has one team playing frenetically and the other one playing with a purpose, and as a result, they're moving the ball quickly. They're getting the shots where they need them and making them.
All right, pretty quick halftime here. In this Home Team Showcase, the teams are not going back to the locker rooms. We are moving here, getting 4 games in 6 hours, so both teams getting a little rest here on the bench and then getting back out there for the second half in about 25 seconds. So good to get some action back up, get going, and it's been a fun game. So looking forward to see what Douglass has in response. Their intensity on defense has been good with their intentions, but have not been able to slow down the Lady Panthers.
Well, to your point, Michael, Frederick Douglass has forced 11 Knox Central turnovers, but Douglass has only been able to turn them into 4 points in fast break scoring. So that's been a problem. They're getting the turnovers, but not finishing.
Moberly's been intense on that sideline, too. So is Steve
Oh,
Moore.
yeah, no question about it. And you've got to credit Kate Baker for trying to bring this young squad along, because having lost their 2 leading scorers, she is not trying to do it all by herself. She is trying to incorporate the rest of her young team into the flow that Coach Moberly is seeking, and that's why you play early season scrimmages.
Kate Baker is number 3 this season. She's wearing number 0 here in this exhibition game today. But yeah, a fantastic player, guys. She's going to Transylvania, just had her signing day ceremony a couple weeks ago, going to play basketball at a national championship winning program over there in Lexington. So certainly exciting for her.
Well, she gets the second half underway by nailing that 3-point shot. She is now 2 of 4 overall from the floor. 2 for 2 from 3-point range. Here's an answer on a 3, and it's good. You're going to have to cover that lady. That's her 3rd 3, that being Timberly Frederick.
What you can do, I can do at least as well.
Baker between the circle. Knox Central playing purely zone. They played 2-3 to start. They shifted to a 1-3-1. Now back to the 2-3. Knowles, good with the right or the left hand. Finds Bennett. Backdoor cut. Bennett turned it over. Had a good idea in there. Just got a little deep.
Little deep.
3-pointer by Knox Central in transition. Not there. Baker keeps it alive. It goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Panthers.
Lady Panthers, again, very aggressive on the boards, even though in many instances in this game being outsized.
Gregonius back in, the left-handed junior. She checks in. M.K. Bennett gets a breather. Knox Central keeps it on their end of the floor. Collins, high post pass, flashing across the lane. Shot not there. Setting up for a 3, missed, and Hensley, Coach Moberly wanting over the back, and Hensley very aggressively charging in there. It'll be Frederick Douglass with the ball unofficially in the first half. Knox Central turned it over 11 times. Frederick Douglass with 8 turnovers. 3-point shot by the Lady Broncos. That's missed. Crashing the boards. They keep it alive. Another opportunity. Another 3. And Baker's starting to feel her game.
Well, she's trying to take on a little bit more of the offensive responsibility.
Her touches were limited in the first quarter especially, and that could have been intentional with the Knox Central zone. But right now, she's getting on track with her shots. Gibson, turn around. There's the fourth block by Knowles. Blocks Hallie Gibson. Douglass trying to go on a little 6-0 run. Driving in Gregorius. Skip it left side. Three-point shot not there. Crossover dribble and nice ball pressure there by Frederick. Or make that Williamson. Entry pass. Ball fake. Got inside. Shot put up. Knox Central deflects it out of bounds. Coach Moberly brings in a couple of fresh players. Miami King, a 5'10 junior, back in.
Yeah, Joel, you've talked a lot about Kimberly Frederick. She's hit some jumpers. She had 74 threes last year, hit them at a 37% clip. She's a talented player that is going to be a big scorer for her. Obviously, there are going to be some games where they're just going to probably dump it down to Hallie Collins a lot, but for them to be able to shoot threes at a more consistent clip, they only shot them at 34% last year, which is solid as a team, but he wants to get that closer to 37, 38, maybe even 40% if they want to have a chance to get to Rupp Arena. So certainly Frederick going to be one of those players after scoring 8.5 last year, shooting that well from three. If she can keep that going, she'll be a huge piece of this Lady Panthers offense.
Well, the Knox Central team so far in this game, just to put a buttress under what Michael said, they are getting better. 7 of 11 from three-point shooting. So looking to improve that outside game. And also, when you dump it down, if they double Collins on the block, kick it back out, you may be open for that three.
They have been good with their ball movement, to say the least.
Out on top with it, Nia Carr, some of her first action. Dishes it off, and a drive on the baseline. Shot is in.
Nice shot from Kate Baker. Jordan Adams is standing by with another Frederick Douglass player. What you got for us, Jordan?
Hey, Michael, here with junior guard Reagan Gregorius. Reagan, obviously maybe not the score you guys are looking for right now. How can you guys improve and get this win?
We just need to close out on defense. They're hitting a lot of shots, and we just need to keep making our layups and floaters.
Obviously now an upperclassman, lost some key seniors last year. Where have you improved most in the offseason, and how have you improved as a leader?
Just using our voices and like teaching the young kids what to do because they don't know all the plays, and just keeping them on the right track.
Obviously, Coach has been very energized here this morning. First game of the day, first scrimmage of the season. What makes him so special, and why can this team go far?
He always encourages us no matter what, even though it's 9 a.m., 10 a.m. And the team, I think we all really care about each other, and we all have the same goal of making it to Rupp. So I think that's why we can go far.
Well, Michael, that's going to do it for me and Reagan here. I'm going to let you get back into the game and hopefully get this win. Thank you very much. Michael, back to you.
All right, Jordan, thanks a lot. Certainly picking up the intensity a little bit, cutting this deficit down to 7.
They've cut half of it off.
And looks like miss on a rebound putback. Scramble for the ball, and it will go to the Lady Broncos.
Knocks it.
No, I thought he motioned the other way, and he did. So full court press coming by the Lady Broncos. They can play some up-tempo defense. In the front court, give and go. Gibson put it up and in. That play's as old as basketball, but it's still good, Bobby, the give and go.
Well, and not only that, you've got 2 seniors making that play, and that certainly doesn't hurt. They've done it a few times.
Douglass shooting just inside the arc. Nia Carr shot that one just inside the three-point arc. Gregorius coming back in. Knowles, the 6-foot sophomore, gets a breather here. It's still full court pressure. Knox Central, Hensley with the ball, looking up court. Mills driving and got to the lane, put up the shot. Will they give her the basket? We'll see. I don't believe they're going to say shooting foul on the floor.
Again, looking up court, getting that outlet pass into transition where they can create some havoc and get to the line.
Mills at the free throw line. This one's up and good. One more free throw coming. They're going to give her an and one. So they're going to give the bucket on the fast break. Whistle and a stop of play as Douglass gets into the front court. Foul is on Knox Central. We are midway through this third quarter, 43-31, Knox Central leading. Frederick Douglass behind 8. Kate Baker points cut that lead in half, but here come the Lady Panthers. Pull up 18-footer left wing, not there by Mills, and Knox Central couldn't hit it, but then Frederick Douglass turns it over.
Yeah, and their attempt to get it out on the fast break themselves, just make an errant pass.
Both these teams, Knox Central played 9 players in the first half, Bobby, and Frederick Douglass played 8. So these coaches using this scrimmage to look at a lot of players.
Absolutely, and that's basically why you have them, because they don't count in the record book.
Kelsey Smith between the circle, angles off to the left. Nothing on the weave, so she tries to get into the lane, but she is put to the floor on a foul, and that's going to be the third foul on Gregone, second here in this third quarter.
Yeah, guys, and Kate Baker, just talking about her a little bit more. She's going to be so huge for this team. As I mentioned, going over to Transylvania next year. Of course, was going to be under head coach Julie Foltz, but she left to go to Marshall. But she is sticking with the program with the new head coach over there for the Transy women's basketball program, and she said she couldn't pull it together. She was crying at her signing day ceremony. You can head to our website, fox56news.com, to check out that full feature on her. Coach Moberly had great things to say about her, not only just how much of a leader she's going to be out there on the court, but how much he's going to miss her. I mean, that's kind of been his coach on the court. She's been playing since she was in 8th grade, so this is her 5th year out there on the court, so all that experience is comfortable, and he's going to miss her a lot, but certainly going to enjoy this year. And for them, their whole mission is just getting back to Rupp Arena, because she was a big piece on that team as a sophomore that did it. Now she wants to be that senior and try to go out there and win a state championship.
And some players, they like to get away from home and play college basketball. Obviously, she wanted to stay close to home, and Transylvania University looks like a good fit. And you mentioned the success of that team last year. It was just outstanding.
Well, that's exactly right, and she has choreographed this Frederick Douglass program into a real program here in short order, given the fact that she has been playing all those years, and certainly did a good job with last year's team in running the show and getting it to the level where it was, and hopefully they can get back there as we speak.
We got a 10-point lead for Knox Central as they come out of this timeout. Just under 3.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Knox Central is led by as much as 14. They had that lead cut to 7, but they've withstood the storm and the defensive pressure, but still a lot of basketball.
Yeah, Moberly said his message really was just to go out here and play hard. Of course, they want to get the win, but he wants to see his team play hard every possession. Don't take a possession off. Talking, communicating out there on the court, playing fast. He said that was their mission, and that's how they want to play all year, fast. And we've seen that in this ball game. As you guys mentioned, the pace of play very high.
And when you've got a deep bench, you can play fast. You can say, hey, you give me all you got for 3 minutes, we'll get you a blow and get you back out there. And, you know, when you got a deep bench, you can play aggressive basketball. Well, Jaylee Knowles makes the free throw after missing her first 4. She drops in now 3 in a row and make it 4 in a row. She has 8 points in the game to go along with 4 blocks. Pass up to Mills in the front court, got a 2-on-1, driving and had it taken away from her as she got to the rim. Started a 2-on-1 and good hustle rotation back.
Yeah, she got back and got that ball in there and knocked it out of bounds on that attempted run out.
Hensley looking, floats it out on top. With it, Smith driving, gets into the lane, put up the shot, drew contact. Coach Warren's got to like the aggressive play from his point guard.
Not afraid to take it into traffic.
14th foul against Douglass, so the next foul, according to the rules, they'll be shooting some free throws. This one is missed by Kelsey Smith, who's logged in quite a few minutes. Coming out of the game is Hannah Melton, and playing their larger, bigger package, they bring back in Maggie Gibson. So with Gibson and Collins, Knox Central trying to get some size in there. Smith makes the second free throw. Bennett drives in, kick it out to Baker, passed up a deep 3. Bennett with it, Corner left, 3, rolled in, came out. Knowles kept it alive, loose ball. Knowles got it back, ball fake, created space and put it in.
Well, she just outworked the other team on that one and was able to get the bucket.
Turnover, and here Douglass with a steal. Knowles trying to go back-to-back on the points as she has 10 in the ball game. She will go to the free throw line. That's going to be the 3rd foul on Mackenzie Hensley.
Knowles has stuck with it this entire game. Really looks good.
10 points in the game, and she had missed her first 4 free throws, made them 4 in a row, and misses 1 here. She has 4 rejections in the ball game, 4 rebounds, 3 on the offensive glass. She goes 1 of 2 at the line.
Back up to 50% from the line, which is not bad considering she started out 0 for 4.
Hurst will inbound the ball. She replaces Hensley, who had picked up her 3rd foul for Knox Central, and a double team in the backcourt, and inadvertent foul, but tripped up on the move, and that's on Baker. That will be her 3rd, and 2 free throws coming now for Knox Central as we'll walk the length of the floor. 7 points in this quarter for the Lady Panthers, and they've scored in all varieties. They've scored at the foul line, behind the arc, and also in the paint in a mid-range jumper. This free throw rims out, though, and Kelsey Smith now 1 of 3. 44-38. Knox Central leading, looking to add to that lead. Just under 3 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter, and Smith knocks down the 2nd free throw, but Knox Central not offering pressure. They get back. Harmless contact on the wing. Frederick Douglass keeps possession. Right wing, Gregorius, the left-handed junior, lost the ball, got it back. Goes with it straight away. They've gotten away with a little double dribble there, but we'll see what happens as Baker's 3 is good.
Baker bringing it here in quarter number 3.
She missed her first 2 shots, and after that, she's been on fire. 14 points in the game, and now comes up with a turnover. 2-on-1, transition, got it. Nice play. Basket put up and in.
Wow, 14-point lead cut to 2.
So Wade with that basket. She now has 12 points in the game, and all of a sudden you've got Frederick Douglass just like that, 14-point lead. Then it was cut at halftime to 14, from 17 to 14, and man, they're right back in it now, Bobby, going on quite a run.
1 basket, 2 points. They have flat continued to bring that defensive pressure and have been able to turn it into numerous buckets here in the last 2 to 3 minutes. And at the 3:34 mark, they were down 10, and now at the 2:12 mark, they cut it to 2.
Well, we've heaped a lot of praise on Kate Baker, and deservedly so. In this 3rd quarter alone, she's hit 11 points. She is right now 4 of 3 in the quarter, shooting that 3-point shot. So she missed her first 2 shots, finished the first half with only 3 points. But right now, 14 points in the ball game for Frederick Douglass, and with 11 points and 2 steals in the 3rd quarter alone.
In less than 6 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's a good point as well. That's high production.
Yeah, well, no question there.
Knox Central trying to regroup as Douglass has been on a run here. Full court pressure by the Lady Broncos. Double team in the backcourt. And a lot of pressure as Wade will pick up the foul. And they're going to put Knox Central back at the line to shoot 2 more free throws. 2:10 to play here in the 3rd quarter. A full day of basketball coming up. We've got boys action following the conclusion of this game. It'll be Great Crossing, the Warhawks, out of the 11th region, taking on 16th region Boyd County. Will Kelsey Smith missed the front end of this 2-shot trip to the foul line. If history holds true, she'll make this one.
And you guys see in the top left corner of the screener here, Michael Moreno. He's hanging out here, getting ready to watch his younger brother Malachi and Great Crossing take on Boyd County in our second game, set for an 11:35 a.m. tip-off. We'll see if we'll be able to get to that. This game, we'll see on the pace, but it's awesome to see Michael out there, the former EKU star and Scott County star, always supporting his younger brother, Malachi, the UK commit, who is the star for the Great Crossing Warhawks, who we will see in our second game of 4 games here in the Home Team Showcase.
A lot of talent, a lot of basketball talent in that family. No question about that.
A lot of height.
A lot of height, too.
Malachi got more than Michael did.
Both big men. Free throw by Mills is good. She's now 2 of 2 at the foul line. 17 points, leads all scorers in this ball game. She's hit 3 3-point shots all in the first half and makes both of her free throws here. And Knox Central right now with only 3 baskets in this third quarter, but keeping the lead at the free throw line. They stay with the zone, and Frederick Douglass, good ball movement, perimeter passing, left wing. Bennett raises with a 3, looks a little strong, and it is. Rebounded there by Gibson on the Douglass miss. Down the right side of the floor, crossover dribble, taking it all the way down. They didn't stop the ball, and Coach Warren likes that as Kelsey Smith goes from one end to the other.
Yeah, got that pass out on the wing and slithered through the traffic to the goal.
Well, the fouls continue to mount for Douglass. Tamaya Wade becomes the 3rd player with 4 fouls as Smith makes the free throw. She's been there a lot at the free throw line. That is her 7th attempt here in the third quarter. You want your ball handler to be a good free throw shooter.
Douglass worked hard here in this third quarter to get back in the game. They got to make sure to not give it up here at the free throw line.
It's been as large as a 17-point lead, cut to 14 at halftime. It got to 2-point at 43-45, but now Knox Central living large at the foul line, able to hold on to the lead, which is now 7. High post pass to Knowles, right elbow, squares up, double down, kick it out. Gregonius, right wing, throw it right back into the post. Spinning, equally good with either hand is Knowles, and they double down, and Knox Central playing some good post defense. It's going to be hard to take on Knowles one-on-one, so the double down helped out.
Well, again, coaching 101, you've got to stop the ball if they're trying to get it low.
So the jump ball will give it to the Lady Panthers, into Gibson. The lady that's done a lion's share of the ball handling. Smith brings it into the front court. Nothing easy there. A lot of pressure by Wade, playing tight with 4 fouls. Pass on the baseline, led a little too much, and that turnover by Knox Central. None of them are good. Inopportune time, though. It'll give it back to Douglass with just under a minute.
Had a chance to expand that 7-point lead even further, but relentless pressure helped cause that turnover.
Bennett brings it in the front court. She's got 4 points in the game, gets a high ball screen. Stop and go, kick it out. Wade, 3-ball, right side off the front of the rim. Knowles keeps it alive, pulls it out, and a whistle will stop the clock with 42.5 seconds.
All right, guys.
And the foul is on Mills, her first.
We also have Josh Cook hanging out with us. He's right behind the Frederick Douglass bench. The host, the GRC boys. So certainly excited to see the Cards in action. They are in the 4th game. Cook was hanging out with us while we were over here at practice yesterday, and he is excited to see them take on Pulaski County. Talented team, of course, state champs, 2022, runners-up in 23. So Coach Cook, great guy. Certainly looking forward to him and Coach Robbie Graham on the girls team in game number 3. Appreciate GRC for hosting us here on this Home Team Showcase. Fantastic arena, great facility, and certainly a great host. Great people over here in Winchester hosting us.
Well, they're 2 fine coaches to cover and follow in basketball,
and they know a thing or two about the game.
Oh, yeah. I think if you combine the 2, you're going to have near 80% of the games they've coached, they've won.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they know how to get to Rupp Arena, too.
And talking with head coach Josh Cook, the superintendent of GRC schools, Dustin Howard, and a guy that Coach Cook, gave a lot of credit to, said, hey, he believes in the school, the community, the kids, and the program.
He has certainly been a win-win having Mr. Howard in his position and then having those two coaches where they are.
Knowles had made the first free throw, and this one on the way, and she makes them both. So Knowles getting on a little roll at her free throw shooting. Inbound pass. Mills going to try to chase it down in a foot race with Bennett, and we see bodies rolling out of bounds, and the official's going to tell us who touched it last. They're going to say keep it with the Panthers. Knox Central to inbound it. Mills deep in the right corner. Baker on her. Good matchup there. Two all-star guards. They clear it out. Clock at 25 here in the third. Knox Central with the ball and a 4-point lead. Into Gibson. Kick it out. Three ball. Put up. Rattled in. Came out. Gibson went back and got it. Loose ball taken away. Baker has it. Pivots out. Here come the Lady Broncos with 8 seconds. Will they get a shot off? Kick it out. Bennett over to Baker. This is who they want it in her hands, and she delivers at the horn. Her fourth three-point shot in the third quarter. Her 5th overall in the game.
Coach Moberly turned around and went to the bench to grab his clipboard. He almost turned around before she even made it. He knew that bucket was going in. Kate Baker, fantastic shooter, lighting it up out here. Big shot to end the third quarter, get it within 1, and we got a little barn burner here in Winchester, huh?
And I'll, throw some credit to MK Bennett. Not only does she have a fantastic last name, but throw a shameless joke in there, but she was able to get the assist. They wanted it in Baker's hands, and Bennett, being a savvy player and a varsity starter, able to get the ball to her.
And Knowles filled the lane great. I thought they were going to find her. She was cutting to the rim and would have had a bucket there, but they waited until the end of the shot clock, the end of the game clock, and got it in there. But Knowles, I mean, they're finding her. I feel like there might be some other games when they're playing a team with less height. You know, Collins, they got some big posts, Knox Central does. So I feel like in other games they could just dump it down the Knowles and let her cook a little bit in the paint, but can't do that in this game, so they're finding other ways to score the basketball.
Well, and what I'm looking at and thinking about here, Douglass has never led in this game, have they, Bobby? They led it 2-0, and they've played catch-up ever since.
Yeah, getting down by 14 at one point, but made a big run here. But again, overall, if this is the type of leadership we're going to see today, then we're going to have 4 exciting games from some very, very skilled players.
Interestingly, for Frederick Douglass, some of their strengths beginning to emerge. They have doubled up in that third quarter, the second chance scoring and the fast break points. They had turned Knox Central over, but they weren't able to convert. Now fast break scoring, an 8-5 edge to Douglass. Second chance scoring, an 8-7 edge to the Lady Broncos as well, and they have the basketball with a chance
to get the lead,
to capture their first lead since the opening bucket of the game. Knox Central staying with the zone. High post pass, Knoll at the elbow. They double her quickly. Bennett with a backdoor cut, shut down, kick it back. Good ball movement by the Broncos, and a foul called out on top with Kelsey Smith drawing that on-ball foul. Coming up after this game, Great Crossing in Boyd County. Boys basketball action. Home team showcase, full day of high school basketball. Bennett between the circle, throws it out. And again, Knox Central playing a zone. They switch off out on the guards. Falling to the floor. Lady Broncos still have it. Knowles got to the left, blocks, double teamed, and they're going to tie her up.
She got in there a little too deep, and those quick hands from the Lady Panthers tied her up, and they will get the ball.
So the jump ball on Knowles as Gibson shows some good sportsmanship, helps her back up. And these high school players playing hard, but playing with respect as well. Collins with an inbound pass. Mills, who often deferred in this half to Smith, she runs into that double team, and Douglass is going to get a jump ball, and we've had an exchange of possessions. double teams getting the ball back.
Well, though, if you trap and turn, chances are you're going to be tied up.
Well, you know what that shows, Joel and Bobby. These girls are playing hard out there. Their effort, you can see a couple of them getting a little exhausted. They need to get their conditioning up, too. This is their first or second real scrimmage, so certainly love to see that energy and effort from both teams.
Yeah, we're certainly getting it.
Douglass missed the 3, and Coach Moberly wants to call a timeout. Douglass 7 of 20 from behind the arc and in this ball game, and they trail only by 1, 50-40. 6:52 left in this game.
And I would never question these teams or any players' effort in a scrimmage, but certainly in this one, you know they're going to go all out because they're on TV, huh? So they got to show out. You never know. They probably got grandma watching. Hopefully mom and pop are here in the stands watching them, but certainly maybe their family members are going to be watching, their friends at school. So they got to show out here on TV, and they're certainly both deserving of this opportunity to showcase the talent they have.
Yeah, and it's made possible by George Rogers Clark Schools and Fox 56 and a fantastic line of sponsors that bring this in, especially Cubby's Auto.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of good sponsors. Not only is it basketball action here, Bobby, they had display tables, vendors out front, you know, opportunities for some fundraising and some concessions. So just a real good atmosphere.
Well, and they hand out the boppers. Is that what you call them? Those boppers?
Clappers or something. I don't know. No, maybe the clapper was what got in my bedroom, turn on the lights. I don't know.
Well, I saw some of the fans like hitting them earlier.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe in the GRC game, once this place fills up, I'm sure they'll be amped up for those.
Well, it's not a whoopee cushion, which they're laying on each seat. Knowles drives in and just forced the issue. She had a mismatch, Bobby. She recognized it, went to her strength, and Coach Moberly drew that up out of the timeout.
Just kept going until the contact was so strong that the foul had to occur.
This is the second time I've seen her just shake her head after missing a shot that she got fouled on. She wants those and ones. She's getting to the cup. She's right there at the rim. She's really taking command of this game, but she's still frustrated with herself. She wants to make sure that she's getting there and getting those and ones.
Well, it's early in the game. It's early in the season.
Rebound taken there by Collins off the Knowles miss, who has been up and down in her free throw shooting. They go to Collins, spinning, little mid-range shot, made it.
That's where they're going to have to go to win this one, I would think. They find, after having it tied, they now have the lead back.
13 points for Collins, and now she steals the ball. In the paint, Collins leads the break, got to the foul line, 15-footer, banked it in straight away.
Yep.
So you look at it, she had 9 first-half points and held only 2 baskets, but fourth quarter's coming alive. High post to Knowles after a 50-50 tie. Knox Central got back on top.
Massive sequence there. We just talked about Knowles kind of taking command of the game. She's got a one-on-one with Collins down in the post. They try to get it to Knowles. Collins with the steal, takes it all the way up the court and hits the jumper. That's a massive sequence there, but props to Knowles for continuing to attack, getting back to the line. But that's going to be that matchup, Collins and Knowles. We'll see which one has the advantage here as this fourth quarter winds down.
And I like that shot because she used the glass.
Did she call bank?
That one straight away, yeah. Maybe like pool, you may have to call your shot on that one. But Knowles misses both free throws. She is now 8 of 16 at the foul line. They've heard of a streaky shooter from the floor. She's been rather streaky at the foul line. And a shot put up and a foul called against Douglass as the smaller Knox Central player working her way inside Melton was able to carve out some space in the paint. And we'll go to the line. Third team foul in this fourth and final quarter. 5:35 to play. Knox Central free throw is good. Melton now 2 of 3 at the free throw line. 4 points in the game for her. It's a 5-point Knox Central lead. Now make it a 6-point Panther lead.
6 straight points here in the last minute and 5 seconds has restaked them to the lead.
Dragonius back in for Frederick Douglass, and Knox Central, they bring back in Gibson. So playing with the bigger lineup now is the Panthers, holding a 6-point lead. Into Knowles, into the post, shooting, shot, got it. She's as good with her right as she is with her left.
Yeah, certainly did a nice job of taking advantage of slithering across the lane, used that long length to drop that one in and draw the harm as well.
All right, guys, we got Colby Wilson standing by on the Knox Central sideline, talking to one of the players. What you got for us, Colby?
Sydney, this is your senior season. Obviously an exciting time. What are you looking most forward to going into this year?
I'm looking forward to going to region. This is probably the best shot that our girls has ever had in history. This is probably the best team we've ever had. So we're excited for that. We do pretty good in district. We've won it 4 years. We won it 3 years in a row. So I'm excited to go region and win that.
How do you feel like your second scrimmage being broadcasted on TV? Is this an experience, anything that you guys have had?
No, we've never done anything like this. This is the first time we've ever done this. We played in the WIMT last year, first time we've ever done that. We fell short, but this is fun for us. It's something we've never got to do.
I was talking to Coach Warren about your guys' defense. It seems like that's a point of emphasis. How do you feel every day? Is he guys really pushing you on the defensive end?
Yes, we talk about defense the most. That's what we try our hardest on. That's what we want people to notice about us. We practice that every single day, no matter what. We practice over every defense. We know every defense. We try to run every single defense. We try to switch it up a lot.
You're one of 6 seniors. How is it going into this year with this whole group?
This is the best group of girls I could ever ask for. They're my best friends. They're always here for each other. We just have fun time.
If you could have one word to describe your team this year, what would it be?
Oh, gosh. I would describe them, we're awesome.
Well, it looks like you guys have a great time on the bench. It's always loud. The energy is great.
We try to have great energy, effort. That's all he asks from us. And we try our hardest.
Speaking of Coach Warren, it looks like, he's awesome, but as you can see, he can be disciplined. How is it being under him?
What?
How is it being under him as a coach?
Oh, he's a great influence. He's hard on us. He tells us how it is. He lets us have fun, but everything is strict. We have a routine. We all match. We're like right on the dot on everything.
Thank you, Sydney. Good luck this season.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yep.
Colby, thanks a lot. Sydney Hurst, one of the seniors, and the Lady Panthers had a huge and one while Colby was doing that interview, getting up to 7 here in this lead.
We're just under 5 minutes to play in this basketball game, a game that was tied at 50 all, but now it's 59-52 in favor of Knox Central. And the Lady Panther team able to extend this lead by and large at the foul line. Nice little individual one-on-one move and a 10-foot baseline jumper. Tough angle.
Yeah, against good pressure.
Tough angle. 19 in the game for Collins. Shot missed, rebound put back up and in by Douglass. Knowles having a big game. 16 in the game for her. Knox Central turns it over with numbers and a drive to the basket. It's going to be a foul there on Hensley. She'll pick up her 4th. And it will send to the foul line for Douglass, Nia Carr.
Knowles and Collins just continue to go at it, trading buckets. This is a fantastic matchup here, and we're seeing who can come out on top. But Collins, the way that she can score the basketball, that post fade that she's got, impressive stuff as they take the lead.
Absolutely.
Both free throws made by Carr, as Frederick Douglass not real fruitful at the foul line, but hustling back defensively. Knowles rejects her 5th shot and actually deflects the ball off of the Knox Central player and give it back to Frederick Douglass.
Bounces right off Collins. She blocked Collins.
Blocked her shot and bounced it off of her. So we've got 4:15 to play. Douglass down by 5. Entry pass deflected, chased down. Knox Central stayed with his own. They played his own the entire game. Perimeter passing. Baker, who's hit 5 threes. They step out on her there, and why not? Knowles trying to do a lot down on the blocks and lost the ball on the dribble. 15 turnovers by Douglass in this game, but conversely, Knox Central's turned it over 16 times.
Shelby Mills came from the backside to create that turnover.
Hensley, one dribble, didn't go anywhere. That could be trouble. Collins bails her out by making herself available. You got to cross the line. Baker on ball pressure reaches in, and this game will get extended as we're going to shoot a lot of 2-shot fouls, it appears.
Foul is on Baker. That is her 4th. Team 5th. Hensley at the line for 2 shots.
15 free throws shot in the second half.
Yeah, Joel, I'm talking more about Shelby Mills, the transfer from South Laurel, to transfer within the region. What a massive pickup for Coach Warren. She averaged 18 a game last year, 38% from 3, 89% from the free throw line as a freshman up there at South Laurel. She goes down to Knox Central, expecting to have a huge sophomore season.
Well, Mills is very much a Knox County, Barberville, Artemis, wherever you're at, name. I think of my friend Cameron Mills. His family's from down there, and Terry, the whole Mills bunch. Long name, a good name with a long history down there.
A lot of good basketball in that family.
So Mills coming home, I guess, so to speak, to Knox County. 63-56. Knox Central with the lead. Douglass with the ball, and Knowles trying to go to work on the blocks against the shorter Melton. And Melton's going to be called for the foul. She was in a tough spot.
Yeah, Knowles was calling for that ball. I was expecting the double and maybe come a little sooner to crash into her. With her being that lethal in the paint, maybe that's an adjustment they make if Knowles gets another bucket. You got to send that double a little sooner to prevent that foul or her getting a bucket, because if she's got a one-on-one, she's going to score that bucket.
Well, and putting her at the foul line has been to the tune of 8 for 17. She rolls this one in. 17 points in the game for Knowles. She has 5 blocks. She has 7 rebounds, 5 on the offensive glass, and rattles that free throw down to make it a 5-point game. Hensley with pressure, races into the front court, picked up immediately. Crossover dribble, lost it. High ball screen offered, and they run and jump on the switch, and Baker trying to beat Hensley to the spot, just a little too physical.
Well, they're doing their best to create that intensity.
So finishing the game with 17 points and 3 steals. Kate Baker, her first TV scrimmage comes to an end as Hensley missed a free throw. She had made her 2 prior free throws. The only person to score baskets for Knox Central with the lead here in this 4th quarter has been Collins. Everything else at the foul line as Hensley goes 1 of 2. Bennett driving, kick it out. Carr with a 3. Not there. Rebound, Knowles kept it alive. And another opportunity. Driving in, the shot put up. 2 free throws coming. And it was Wade getting to the basket. And it was Frederick with the foul. Wade will go to the free throw line. Returning. Well, they were going to take Gibson out, but Gibson returns to the lineup. Carr will be at the foul line for Frederick Douglass. Their free throws could put them in the lead. They've had a little trouble shooting them. Last year they were a 62% free throw shooting team. Wade makes that first one. Second one missed. Rebound taken. Knowles, or excuse me, make that Mills. Mills pressured in the backcourt and Foul on Bennett, much to her disdain, but the official says it's going to be whistled on you.
How is that a foul, she says. Coach Moberly asking the officials a couple times what was wrong there. Just obviously he's going to try to learn from this, get his team to try to defend in different ways. But some of these are just fouls. It's just part of the game, trying to get this full court trap, create a turnover, get yourself back to a one-possession game, but a little too much pressure there.
Mills makes the free throw here. She is now 5 of 6 at the foul line. 20 points in the ball game. Now give her 21. Again, Knox Central at the free throw line. That's been the story in this second half for them. Frederick Douglass has put them there, and they have cashed in. Interior foul, and it's going to be a lot of free throw shooting, it would appear, here in the waning minutes.
These teams have been aggressive since the start of the game defensively, and they're certainly not going to stop here in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
20 free throws shot now by Jaylee Knowles, excuse me, herself.
Over the line. Yeah.
So it'll be possession 2. Knox Central will have the basketball. They've got the ball and a 7-point lead. This game was tied at 50. And a foul occurring before the inbound pass can occur. And Bennett will pick up the foul, and we've had 2 Douglass players foul out in this ball game. But the depth and the versatility of this Frederick Douglass Lady Bronco team, you can play aggressive. He's got a lot of players he can put in. Mills now makes a free throw. She has 22 points in the ball game.
And again, you saw it, Coach Warren educating his senior Zoe Hamilton. They were just talking there on the sideline. Again, that coaching staff has been so active in the game. The Douglass assistant coaches as well, Katie Pippin, Michael Graves, and Princess Stewart, also been engaged with Coach Moberly. So you could tell the intensity is there, man, from both teams. They want to get this ball game, get a win here.
Jaylee Knowles' shot contested in the paint by the player Hamilton. Hamilton up to Hensley. Numbers for Knox Central, but not pursuing the basket. Here's a 3-point shot put up. That one's missed. Fight for the rebound. Knowles takes it away. Lady Panthers 6 of 14 shooting the 3. They are 1 of 5 in the second half. And again, to echo what I said earlier, they've made a lot of their points at the foul line in the second half. Douglass has put them there, and Knox Central has provided the free throw shooting. Shot blocked again by Knowles, and there's a run out fast break bucket.
Yeah, she got that pass across the lane at the right time, and that was a beautiful play.
So Bennett with a fast break bucket inside of 2 minutes, and turnover by Knox Central. Back over to Douglass. This game's not over. We've got a minute 55, and the Panthers turn it over, and Frederick Douglass with the ball. They've got quick score capability here.
Well, there's no question about that, and both teams have not shied away from putting it up.
And both teams in the 2-shot foul. Knox Central stays with the zone. High post pass to Knowles. Throw it inside, shot in.
Nice pass from the top across the block for that one.
Knowles with the assist, Carr with the basket, within a 5-point lead, and a 3-point shot goes in. Boy, talk about some confidence.
Yeah.
The 4th 3-point shot for Timberly Frederick. Her first in this third quarter. Boy, a much needed bucket for the Knox Central Lady Panthers, able to answer the Douglass bucket.
Well, and some confidence there to shoot that shot so early after getting up the court. You got a 5-point lead with a minute 30 left. You know, some teams are just going to start dribbling that out, try to get them to, foul. But they said, no, we're keeping our foot on the gas. impressive showing of confidence, even though it's scrimmage. Maybe in a regular season game, maybe you slow that down, but no, they went all for it, and you got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, the moment evidently wasn't too big for Frederick. As you were talking about, she gave a little ball fake, and the blow-by player got by her and stop and pop the three.
Call that no fear.
No fear. A lot of confidence, evidently. 7 of 15 shooting is Knox Central from behind the arc. And it's Frederick Douglass. They are 7 of 22 in shooting the three. Turnovers in this ball game, 15 for the Lady Broncos. And it's been 17 turnovers for Knox Central. Both these teams have shot just a whole lot of free throws in this game. By herself alone, Jaylene Knowles has gone to the free throw line 20 times.
You've got a little room left on that scorebook, but very little with all those circles across from her name.
She is 10 of 20 at the foul line. You know, that's shooting a lot of free throws.
Oh, good heavens. No question.
Out of the timeout, Douglass with the basketball, and the Lady Broncos down 71-63. Clock starts. Minute 20 to play in this one. Knox Central still zoning. They played 2-3, shown a little 1-3-1, but back zoning. Entry pass, deflected, picked up. Lady Broncos kick it out. Approaching a minute to play. They get the open three from the left wing. It rims out. Collins got the rebounded miss. Tries to create space, and she's on the floor, and she's going to turn it over.
Yeah,
she went to the floor and rolled over.
Rolled over, and that's an automatic travel, although energy was where you want it. Caused the turnover.
She was able to get that rebound, but Douglass with another opportunity on their end of the floor. Carr back over, three-point shot put up, and a foul. And they may be giving her 3 free throws. Don't know if she was inside the arc.
Yep, she's going to get 3.
It will put Maya Wade makes the free throw. She is now 2 of 3 at the line. 14 points in the game for Wade. Inside a minute to play. Wade now makes her second free throw. 1 more to come. Coach Warren bringing some more steady ball handling in on the substitution. Free throw missed. Rebounded by Gibson. 2-on-1. Throw it in there. Shot put up and a foul. It'll be Kelsey Smith going to the free throw line. Smith, all of her scoring has come at the free throw line, where she went 8 times to the stripe in the third quarter alone.
These teams giving no quarter on the defensive end, and they started that way, and there's no reason to let up at this point.
Well, M.K. Bennett becomes the 3rd player for Douglass to foul out in this one, and at the foul line, the free throw is made there by Kelsey Smith, who is now 6 of 9 at the free throw line. All of her points coming in that variety. 72-65, Knox Central with the lead. This game was last tied at 50 all. Frederick Douglass led 2-0 and played catch up ever since. Steal there by Knox Central. And then take it right back to the Lady Broncos. Carr had a shot, passed it up, kick it out. They want a 3 and got a 3. So Wade knocks down that 3-point shot. And they'll stop the clock. We got a full timeout with 27.5 seconds to play in this game. 73-68, Knox Central lead.
You know, gee whiz, we've got 141 points in this game, and normally when a team gets to 70, it's usually a 70-40, 70-50 game, but given these two teams not wanting to give any quarter, it's a testament to their offensive prowess to have that many points on the board here in a scrimmage.
It has been a lot of scoring and a lot of free throws in this game as well. Only 7 baskets by Knox Central in the second half, but they made their free throws when they needed to. And you mentioned the scoring, the 63.5 points per game last year for Knox Central, but Bobby, they lost 33 points to graduation. You look at Knox Central, they average 55.5, and they bring pretty much everybody back. So exceeding the point totals on average from last season.
Yeah, for both teams by and large. So this has been an entertaining adventure for both, and both are going to learn from it, and it's still not over.
I feel like the coaches will feel like this was a very productive experience for the girls and the team. And a 5-second call, and man, Knox Central all of a sudden turn it over. And only a 2-possession game right now for Frederick Douglass. If they can hit a quick 3 here and they can force another turnover. Carr to inbound the ball, wants a cutter, throw it out on top. Wade has it, and she's fouled. And they're going to let Frederick Douglass score with a clock stop. And Coach Warren just drops his head and shakes it. You know?
Yeah, it's one thing to be aggressive with no fear, but it's another thing at this point in time to be a little bit more judicious with your contact trying to defend.
Free throw is missed as Wade has dropped her last 2. She's 3 of 6 at the foul line. All free throws coming in this fourth quarter. Can't make either one. Knowles got a rebound, put it up, did not follow, but she will go to the foul line. And again, we'll keep it on the Broncos side of midcourt. Send to the free throw line Jaylene Knowles, who's 10 of 20 at the foul line. She makes this free throw.
She's been able to work on her free throw shooting during this one.
Rolled in both free throws there.
Down to 3.
Here's the loose ball, stolen by Frederick Douglass. Knox Central can't stand prosperity. 2 turnovers with no time coming off the clock, essentially.
Yeah, basically we're down to still 22 seconds left and on the line.
Well, I'd say Coach Moberly, his team scored the first basket. Sure he'd like them to have the last one. Everything in between they played catch up on, but we'll see how this unfolds. 12 of 22 at the line is Knowles, and she misses that one.
Free throw shooting, the misses have
that's been the difference.
The Lady Broncos today.
Yeah, that's been the difference in this one to this point.
She makes 1 of 2. Inbound, Knox Central had it, nearly lost it, got it back. Hensley with a pass, 15 seconds. They still have to cross midcourt. They do. Drop it on the baseline, perimeter passing, and Coach Warren trying to put a bridle on his girls, saying, hold up, hold up.
They don't know what that means.
All but running out there and saying, stop the ball. 73-71. Hensley will go to the free throw line. Hensley 3 of 4.
Okay, this one should do it if she can knock it in.
She makes the first free throw. 4 of 5 at the free throw line. 6 points in the game for Hensley, who's logged in a lot of minutes. Did a lot of ball handling and withstood this Lady Bronco pressure defense.
Well, and despite those 3 foul outs from some of Frederick Douglass's frontliners, so they have really come back and made a stern, strong effort here to try to pull this one out.
Coach Moberly right in front of our broadcaster's table right around here asking Mr. Ref, how many seconds? You know, he thought that was a violation, didn't get it over half court in time, and that would have been a massive turnover, but they got just enough, then took a few extra seconds to foul, so they're really running out of time here.
I happened to glance up at the clock, and it was 15.4, so you know, you got 10 seconds to get it across. We got 6 to play, so the guys with the striped shirts, they got it right.
Yeah, with 22 seconds to go was when that free throw was made. So 15-6 means you got it all in under 10 seconds without question. But it sure seemed like an eternity.
Well, Frederick Douglass, I guess we'll go back to the foul line and practice those free throws. It sure has been the difference in this one. But, boy, the effort was there.
And remember, guys, we got Great Crossing and Boyd County coming up right after this game. So stay with us here on the Home Team Showcase. We got a solid game here for number 2, but what a way to start it out.
It's been a high-energy game and a lot of scoring as Hensley makes both free throws, and that should pretty much do it. Unless they foul on this Knowles 3 attempt, and it's missed. And the score comes to a final. Knox Central wins this one by a final of 75-71 to begin and start off the first game of this Home Team Showcase.
Handshake line going through. Great game between Frederick Douglass and Knox Central. Both girls teams have a solid shot to win their respective regions. We will see how they do, but a strong start. Let's go to a quick commercial break, and we will bring you game number 2 here on the Home Team Showcase.
You're watching the Fox 56 Home Team Showcase, sponsored by Cubby's Auto.